Hi everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Please like this live stream as it coming. I really appreciate it. We're not gonna be long. It's just gonna be a quick and short live stream because I've got a lot of errands to run this morning. Good morning and happy Saturday. Happy Saturday to everyone. Just gonna wait till YouTube to notify others so we can get started. So that's just the 1 minute countdown there. So just a quick introduction. My name is Wemimo and I'm also known as Thatmumof5 and also known as TMO5 Kanduko. If you're new to my channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always coming back. So this video obviously is still about Amaka Sunnberger. Is that how that name is being pronounced? Amaka Sunnberger. I hope that's how it's being pronounced. So obviously you all know how this lady came to be on social media. You know, apparently she was on a live stream on TikTok, and to be honest, I don't know what conversation she was having with other people that she was on the live stream with. Guys, if you can hear me, please let me know in the comment section. All right. I don't know what conversation led to our outbursts on that live stream because it was on TikTok. I'm not really on TikTok that much. I mean for live shows. So obviously whatever it was that they were discussing or whatever it was that got on her nerves, she exploded saying that she was going to go to her work and start putting stuff in her colleagues' food so that she could take their lives. And at first, on a normal day, she's in the abroad. She's in a country that has laws. She's in a country where if she were to actually carry out those threats, she wouldn't be going scot free. She won't be going scot free. See, if she were to be in Nigeria when she said these things, then there's a possibility of her doing it and then getting away with it. So she went on to say she's going to start putting stuff in people's food. And I mean, her colleagues at work who are Yoruba and Edos and stuff like that. And that she's going to start doing that. Let them be buying one after the other. And on a normal day, like I said, just maybe the Abike Dabiri shouldn't have maybe made a news out of this. This is me just thinking out loud, okay? Because at the end of this, she's in Canada. She's in the abroad. Obodo Oyinbo. You do stuff like that, they will investigate, and if they find her to be the person who did such, she'll pay for it. And obviously, it's going to be a sad news if at the end of the day, those people's food that she put stuff in, if they passed away or something. So with that being said, I just want to go back. Like when I started talking about this Patience Sombaga, Amaka, I don't know why I keep calling her Patience. Is she Patience as well? I think she's Amaka. When I started talking about her, like I grew up with Igbos around me, or I grew up in an environment where there were lots of Igbos. I grew up in an environment with lots of Delta, Calabar, Akwa Ibom people, Calabar people. I grew up in the community of where there's lots of Benin and Edo people. And as a young child then, and even right now, I don't think I feel otherwise about those tribes, to be honest with you. I do not feel otherwise. I do not feel in any way, when I'm saying otherwise, I do not feel a negative vibe towards any tribe whatsoever at all. I do not. I do not. So hearing a woman saying that kind of thing, it kind of like, sets me back a little bit like, wow, really seriously? And this also goes on to show that when you're on social media, you have to be very cautious of the words you use, okay? like I said, these things that she said on social media, if she there's no way she will be able to go ahead and do it. She will go ahead and do it, and she will not face the justice, she will not face the law, she will face the law. She will face the law. So regained, obviously she's gained the popularity she wants. And I, like I said in my previous live streams, that as it is right now, that she's actually a danger to herself. The reason why I say she's a danger to herself, because she's in a country where people are allowed to carry weapon. They have the rights, they have the documentation, they are allowed to have weapons. Okay, so you've come out openly to say these things. Your face has been plastered everywhere. Somebody out there on the street of Canada might just say, "Oh, so now you are the one who's been saying this," and that person might just set her as a target. So she's exposed herself. She has exposed her family, either back home in Nigeria and here as well, because with the pictures of her, with their pictures going out and about, people will recognize her. Even back home in Nigeria, when people see this picture, they will recognize that, they will know who she is. She went on to claim that, oh, she be Canada Pekin, oh, that this is that. Like I said, you are not a Canadian by birth. You can prove us otherwise by showing us your birth certificate. You are probably a Canadian by marriage because you married a Canadian man. That is the only thing. And when you're being investigated and they found that, oh, okay, you're not really a threat to people of the same ethnicity as you, but then where you are working, not be only Nigerian people they work for where they work now. There are other Canadians who are working and who might come from anywhere in the world. So it's, you're not only being they will not look at you as being a threat to Nigerians alone. If they are South Africans, if they are Ghanaians, if there are other tribes or other African citizens in Canada, you're also a threat to them as well. Yes, you're also a threat to them as well. So hence why I said, no, she's placed herself as a threat as well. And she's splashed her faces all over the place. She's exposed her family the way she wanted to. And then I was just on the street of please like this live stream, please. I was just on the street of social media, as I often call it, and then I saw a post saying that Nigerian woman residing in Canada, obviously Amaka, is currently under investigation by the Toronto Police Service for threatening to POISON Nigerians of Yoruba and Benin descent. With that being said, there are lots of intertribal marriages, intertribal relationships that are waxing stronger. We have seen Yorubas getting married to Igbos, and I often envy such marriages, because I know Igbo men take good care of their wives. I've seen it. It's not as if maybe hearsay. I have seen it. I know elderly people that I respect a lot who were like, one of them is Igbo and the wife is Yoruba. Yes, and nobody today I done the hearsay. Igbo men, they look after their women. I've seen Yoruba men getting married to Igbo women. I have seen intertribal marriages between different tribes. I've not seen a lot of like when we say like the northerner relationships. I've not seen intertribal relationship when it comes to northerners, either an Hausa man with Igbo or an Hausa man with Yoruba. I've not seen a lot of that. Or I believe there will be, maybe it's just not as much as like Yoruba, Igbo, Edo, and stuff like that. So when this woman is saying that the way she feels or the way she felt about Yorubas and Igbos, that it's going to stem for the rest of her life. And I'm sorry, if she has children, you can't control what partner your child is going to bring home. Either she has daughters, either she has sons. You can't control who they bring home. They might end up getting married to you, except maybe obviously she started instilling the way she feels right now into the minds of her children, which means that while those children are growing up, they will grow up to dislike Yoruba people, they will grow up to dislike Edo people and stuff like that, only if she'd go on to do that. But then her kids, she's raising her kids in a westernized world, and I believe that these kids will grow up and learn also in their own way. So according to the report of her being under investigation, this post says the alarming threat has sparked outrage and prompted swift action from both Nigerian and Canadian authorities. Sergeant Basi Osage, I actually want to Google that sergeant to be sure that this is a legit information. I've not been able to Google it, but yeah. A representative of the Toronto Police Service confirmed that the matter is being taken seriously. The incident has, so in quotes now, This incident has been reported to the Toronto Police Service and is currently under investigation. So Osage was speaking to Punch News. So kind of like gave us a background story of the situation escalated after the Nigerian House of Representatives, along with the Nigerians in Diaspora Commission (NIDCOM), formally petitioned the Canadian authorities. They are demanding a thorough investigation and the prosecution of Sunnberger for her inflammatory remarks, which have caused widespread concern within the Nigerian community, both in Canada and abroad. So far, according to that news there, let me see if I can, if there's any more extensive information. Let me quickly go onto my laptop to check if there's any more extensive information in regards to that news. So as it is now, it's been reported that she's under investigation because, like I said, she's in a country where there is laws, and such outbursts, you can't make such outbursts and you wouldn't expect the eyes of the authorities to be on you. They will start pinpoint, be following you. They might not look at you as maybe they'll be hiring you, but then you've kind of like giving yourself the unnecessary attention. Guys, let me quickly find out if there's any intensive, any other information about the arrest, or no arrest. It was it's an investigation. Okay. Amaka, please like this live stream as a comment. I really appreciate it. So far she's under she's been she's been investigated right now, according to that news that I just saw. So I just want to read, to go onto the website of the news page where I found the information to say to see if there's anything as well. So yeah, so she's under investigation right now, and obviously, they continue that Nigerians woke up on Wednesday to a viral video of a woman who was on a TikTok live with some other persons threatening to ensure MAS buying of the Yoruba and Benin people living in Canada. Sunnberger, who boasted that she lived in Ontario, so she claims that she's in Ontario, Canada, says she will begin to buy the food and water of Nigerians immediately after she got to a place of work. So obviously that was a threat, and the Abike Dabiri went on to say she has to be exposed. Okay, so and there was a lot of petition written against her to say that she did her house, nothing can happen to her. This is that, it was, for me, I find it, to be honest with you guys, I was a bit like, I was scared. I was, because I got to work the following day and I was like, I'm not putting my food in the fridge. I went with a rice meal. If you cook rice, some people don't eat rice that, no, when you cook rice at fresh, they eat it. If it is the next day, they don't eat it. But we Nigerians, we eat anything. So I took rice to work, and the best place to put the rice, because the weather is starting to get really hot here in Glasgow, the best way is to put your food in the fridge. But after I heard a outburst, I was like, no, there's no way I'm putting my food in the fridge. And like I said, that I had a juice in a carton. So it was a whole pack of carton of juice, and I've only opened it and I've taken half of the carton of juice. So, which means I've already opened the seal. So if I put it in the fridge, someone can easily, hi Samuel, good afternoon, how are you? Happy weekend. So I couldn't put, so obviously my juice, obviously because I've already broken the seal, I was not going to put it in the fridge because somebody can easily open it and put stuff. And to be fair, to be honest, in my department where I work, there's not a lot of black people there. So if I look back now, maybe a rough sketch in my department on the floor where I work, maybe including myself, there's 5 of us. And I can't guarantee that. I think I know of one, absolute one, who is a Nigerian and she's Igbo. The other 3, I can't specifically say where in Africa they are from. Okay, so because we don't talk. So on a normal day, I shouldn't feel like, oh, I'm not able to put my food in the fridge. But because of that outburst that this Amaka lady said, I was like, no, I'm not putting my food in the fridge. So I had to put my food in my lunch bag in my locker, and in the dressing room. They tell us that food are not allowed, but it's in my locker. Nobody will know I've got a food in my locker. So I had what did put fear in me, even though I am not in Canada. Talk more people who are actually in Canada. We don't know who's working with them. So yeah, just like I've said there, that she's now under investigation by the Toronto police, and obviously there was a debate of will she be deported. On a normal day, all of these countries have their different rules. They are the ones who gave you permission to remain in the UK. They are the ones who gave you the permission or the Canadian residency. If they feel you are a threat to them, they can do as they like. I can't decide if they are going to deport her or not. I don't know how things like that work. But then it just goes to show that one, you might rack up negative highs on yourself, which means that it's just like person will go prison. You come out of jail first. Maybe you go prison because you beat person. So as you can't go jail now, you now come out of prison and you're now searching for a job. And everywhere you applied to for a job, they tell you there's no job, and you are blaming them or others for not giving you a job. But then you are the one who go and beat person. So they will look at you as a very violent person that this one go to beat customers or go to beat colleague for work if we employ. So in her own case now, she's come out with such outbursts saying that she was going to buy somebody. It's the thought alone, the thought of you saying you're going to buy somebody. That thought alone is enough for an employer to say, no, pack your bags. We can't have you as an employee anymore. We can't have you as an employee anymore. So let's address comment under that post. People were like, and but yes, lest I forgot. So while I was on the street of YouTube yesterday, there's a handful of Igbo channels. Why I said Igbo channel is because they said, oh, Igbo Africa TV, Igbo something something TV, and I was disgusted. I was disgusted because they said they are in support of what Amaka said, and I just shook my head. And then I went into the comment section of those. I think there's two of those videos. I've screenshotted them, but I'm not going to be mentioning their name because I'm not going to give them popularity. And with that being said, they are actually bigger than my channel. Their channel is bigger than mine. They have like over 9,000. I mean, over 90 something thousand subscribers. But still, I'm not going to call them on my channel. This man is an elderly man, maybe in his late 40s or early 50s. Amaka, we support you. And I hate to use the term like the tribe that she's an Igbo, because there are some Igbo people who said no, she's not Igbo. And there's been, like I said, there's at least two YouTube channels I watched that I saw. It was not as maybe I went searching for them. YouTube just recommended them onto my YouTube timeline. And I kind of like click on them, and this one was like, Amaka, we support you, we do this. And I was like, really seriously? Really seriously? Channels that are actually hailing this woman needs to be flagged up. Yeah. Because now so war will start. Now, if you all go back to read into maybe news of how genocide happened in the past, this was how most of them happened. This was how it all stemmed up. So these channels were openly saying they supported what Amaka did. They're in support of her. And I was, like I said, I was so nauseated watching what this man was saying. And this two channel I watched was a male. This channel belonged to male, like a man, two different men, and they were like, oh yeah, we support her. G Simon said, I'm a Benin man. There are also some Benin illiterate who are spewing HAT. Okay, I just think that government should enact a law to jail bigots for 15 to 20 years. Some secessionists are also bad. I believe I agree with you, G Simon. With that being said, I've seen some Yorubas as well who also come out with all of this spewing of things. So no tribe is innocent here. I have to say this. No tribe is innocent here. I can only speak for myself as a person. Like I said, that even to my adult age, in my age, I'm 41. I don't feel otherwise about any tribe in Nigeria. And this is me being honest. I don't feel any hate. I don't feel any dislike towards any tribe whatsoever in Nigeria. I don't, because for the fact that we are Nigerians, we originated from the same place. Why do I want to feel that way? So you are absolutely right, Simon. So like I said, and the comments under those videos yesterday, just it's it was I felt nauseated watching them. And the comments under those videos were like, oh, they were all laughing, say that they support her. And it's a shame that I don't want to believe that this woman just came out on her own to come and start saying this thing. Like that live stream, there are other people, there are men. I'm sure there's but maybe more people from the screenshot of that live stream, there was about maybe 10 or other people on that live stream, and they were all of the same opinion as her. I believe they should all be rounded up. And I don't think they've just suddenly come out of their own shell and start saying these things. They are being used as political bigots. Yeah. They are being used as political bigot, because at the end of the day, look at Nigerian government today. Nigerian government is not solely, it's not solely being run, or it's not, Nigeria is not solely led by Nigeria. I mean by Yorubas. Oh yeah, Tinubu is a Yoruba man. But if you look at all of the other arms of government in Nigeria, all the governmental parastatals, they are not all Yoruba. I mean, they are all mixed of like this several hundreds of ethnic people in the arms of government in Nigeria today. So why is it that, you know, they are like, Igbo this, Igbo that, and then obviously there was a post of this Nigerian in the US who is now a commander of a US naval ship, and a lady with her business page went onto the comments to say he is Igbo, American Igbo, and I was like, make that comment make sense. Make it make sense. Even the way she wrote it, it was not sweet to the ears. And I replied on that comment and said to her that, you know what, regardless of wherever you are in the world, no matter where you are in the world, you be Igbo, you be Yoruba, you be Hausa, you be whatever, you'll be referred to as Nigerian. Okay? There was a post of a woman also in the US who was the first something who used a robotic something for the first African woman or the first Nigerian woman. Nobody talks. I think her name sounded Igbo as well, either Igbo or something. Her name sounded. She was still referred to as a Nigerian. And I want us to all believe that with all of this tribalistic war, all of this tribalistic shenanigans going on, anywhere we find ourselves in this world, either as a Nigerian we do good or we do bad, you will all be referred to as Nigerian. You will all be referred to as Nigerian. So like I was saying, obviously under this post about that she's being investigated, and people were like, oh, they thought she was bragging that she's a Canadian and nothing can happen. You know, yeah, they will investigate her. And they might just maybe give her something they call ASBO. I can't remember the full meaning of ASBO. Let me Google ASBO now. So in the UK, there's something called ASBO. It's called it's the full meaning of ASBO is antisocial behavior order. They might give us something similar to that, but then if for the fact that her face is everywhere, she might lose her job, because an employer will say, oh, somebody's saying that you want to do this, you want to do that, we are not safe around you. She might possibly not be able to get a job anywhere again. So those are some of the disadvantages or some of the consequences of her actions. Okay, so I don't think a outburst on what she said could lead to Canadian authorities deporting her. I don't think they will do that. Okay. Somebody said, I personally sent a video to Mr. Osage, who is a police officer in Toronto, of how she was bragging that nothing will happen to her. Thank God for the Nigerians in Canada, Mr. So they said that Mr. Osage is an Edo man and is a police officer in Toronto. Okay. So, and with the way we've all stood up, I think the same should go for whatever tribe that is spewing stuff like this about another tribe. And I've heard people say, "Oh, what of Asari Doku? What's that guy's name now? I always forget his name. Asari, what was it called? Asari Dokubo. Yeah, that we all know this man is a political tyrant. We all know he's a political tyrant. Hence why I said that this lady coming out, I don't think she had the mind to come out of her own to come say this. Somebody is behind her outburst. Somebody is behind the action she took. And she and the other people who are on that live stream, there's somebody empowering them. There's somebody empowering them. So with Asari Dokubo, is a tyrant, is a political tyrant. I know the likes of MC Oluomo, you know, they were political at tyrant. They were used to disrupt the election. So there were a lot of things that happened. I heard of, so during the election in Lagos, we saw posts from people like I cited this the last time, that CCYemi TV. She and her husband went to an area in their estate to go and vote, but they were denied opportunity to vote because they were told she did not sound Yoruba. or maybe she sounded something, so she was not going to vote in that area. So she was denied voting, you know. So all of these things, for if we all want to keep standing up for one another to say that, okay, this is not just about a certain tribe alone. When things like this happen, we should not be selective about what we discuss or what is being taken up, and see the way Abike Dabiri sprung into action in this. Obviously, Abike Dabiri made it known to us that she's only interested in cases like this that happen abroad. If things like this are happening in Nigeria, which I've heard and I've watched, then something similar to the same organization which Abike Dabiri is heading should be in Nigeria as well, whereby if anybody is caught speaking against Igbo, speaking against Yoruba, speaking against any tribe, they should be arrested or investigated as well. Hence why I said that we should not be selective about stuff like this, because at the end of the day, like I said, we are Nigerians. And the video that I made, I've read comments. People were like, the tribes in Nigeria have to go their separate ways. Even if Nigeria is going to go a separate way at the end of the day, it should not divide on hatred. It should not divide. It should not divide on all these spiteful comments of why this tribe, why. It should not be that way. If it's going to happen, let it be mutual. Let it be that if we see each other on the street, if I be Igbo or you be Yoruba, I see you on the street, I go still hail you, joke with you. It should still be that way. But with the way people are saying it, so I mean, like I said, this comment was on my channel and I've just read it and I left it there. I'm not going to reply to you or do anything about it. People are allowed their opinion anyway. And no, I'm for people living their opinion. I'm not going to bash them. The only time I respond negatively to a comment is if they disrespect me or if they were rude in their comment to me. But I just read that comment and I left it there. So that's what people are. So someone said here that someone also said under that comment that investigation is good when it's done outside Nigeria. They will play the full video, no sentiment. She will also present. So just like I was saying, so this person is saying, what of Asari Dokubo? What of MC Oluomo? What of Madam Tinubu and some Edo people? That's why I said the kind of organization that Abike Dabiri has, that is looking at incidents like this that happen abroad, same organization should be mounted in Nigeria as well. So the likes of Asari, MC Oluomo, Madam Tinubu, I don't know who that Madam Tinubu is, maybe the wife of the president, I don't know. So these people should also be rounded up for investigation. Hence why I said we should not be selective. Just because it's happening outside of Nigeria does not mean that we should not overlook it when it's happening inside of Nigeria. Because it happening outside of Nigeria is disgraceful, because we are in another man's land. And these things is being said about ourselves, and we expect another man who we are dominating their country to like us. It's not going to happen. So this person said Nigeria should stop unconscious bias against the Igbos. So this person now started with a good thought and then they ruined it. Unconscious bias. Okay, it's not good. Turning deaf ears when the threat is not coming from Igbo. Double standard is not good. Well, like I said, people have lots of opinions here. And someone said, where are those people hailing and saying Nigeria is not Canada? Not jail time to serve as they said. I don't think she will be jailed. The only thing is that she's just succeeded in putting the underived attention on herself, because as it is now, Toronto police will watch her. They will be watching her. They'll be watching her, and I won't be surprised if these details, as our employer already know who she is, or they already heard about this. But obviously, we won't know that except it come out in the news. Like I said, I'm fearful for our children, for our family, and as it is now, she will just have to go and keep her head locked down somewhere. So, like I said, also that this should teach us a lesson. Okay, some people are allowing the Nigerian politicians to make use of them as a weapon of destruction. They use you for their own gain and then they dump you. That's what they do. And then we are all here being put up against ourselves. And then all of those stupid, fat, big belly politicians are in their cohorts laughing, joking, going on flashy all days, riding the choice cars. And you that they are using as a weapon of destruction, you are suffering your ass abroad. Say if Nigeria are good, why will you be in there? Why will you be in the Canada marrying an Oyibo man or doing some things to gain permanent residency in the abroad? Would you not decide to go back home to Nigeria if Nigeria was great? If Nigeria was the way we want, if all those politicians that are now using people as a weapon of destruction, if they actually did a good job within the Nigerian government in looking after Nigerians as citizens, Me, that I'm sitting down here, I will not be in the abroad. I will not be sitting down at a job where they are paying me £18.90 per hour. You know. So yeah, that's just what I've just come to share here. That there's a report to say that she's under investigation, and hopefully we'll hear what the outcome of this investigation will be. So guys, if you're going to be watching this live stream back, please leave your thoughts and opinion in the comment section respectfully. I've come out here to say this talk now. I have not disrespected anybody in any way. Because Nigeria now, anytime you drop a post like this, the kind of bad boosts they will come, they will insult you, insult your generation. I don't understand how the social media, how we all got to that extent. I don't know how we got there. So guys, please like this live stream. There's 45 of you watching me, and only 2 of you have thumbs up. Now so now no like me rich because I be Yoruba girl. Now so now no like me rich. Now wow, now wow. Anyway, guys, I'm just gonna round up and say, what? Just be very, very careful of your environment. Like I said, it costs you nothing to be nice to the next person you meet, regardless of what tribe they have, regardless of what country they come from. When I came into Glasgow, one thing I noticed, one thing I noticed about the people I met then was that Nigerians and Ghanaians in Glasgow that I met, they were not on good terms. They were not on good terms. Like I'll go to maybe a supermarket or a barbing salon, and immediately we come here as a Nigerian. There's I know a Ghanaian couple then, when I go into the shop to go buy my son's hair, they will just walk out, and I'll be like, "What's going on with them?" And the owner of the shop is an Oyinbo man, and then I was like, "Oh, don't mind them." That Oyinbo man that told me that come in Glasgow that Nigerians and Ghanaians they don't agree. But I hate to believe that. I hate to really believe that. And so I think I've got 2 Ghanaian friends. In fact, one I used to make her hair. In fact, we've gone outing together. We are just waiting for the weather to be good so we could go have a picnic somewhere. So we are all abroad, okay? And regardless of where we find or we meet ourselves in the world, nothing stops us from. It's not a must that you're a close friend with whoever you meet from Africa. It's not a must that you are friends, but then cordial friendship, like hello, hello, how are you doing? How's life? Go your way, okay? So that's just what I'm going to leave us with here. And if there's any further updates, I will definitely be coming back here, and we can all discuss about it and share our own opinions as well. And then with that being said, I've got a live stream later on tonight where I'm going to be discussing about the Ghanaians British embassy in Nigeria, in Ghana. I've given 47 scholarships to come study here in the UK. So I think that's a good news, okay? And also, I want to bring that live stream because I felt there are some things we could learn, and there are some things that Nigerian government and all African countries could also learn from as well. You know, because they said that you can't keep giving somebody fish, but then showing them how to fish. We make sure that they are stable on their own 2 feet. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining my live stream. I wish you a beautiful, happy Saturday wherever you are. Um it's currently 11:38, just before lunchtime here in Scotland, and the weather is looking bright here. I don't know, it's probably going to be cold, but I don't know until I step out. So yeah, I'm going to leave you guys because I've got um a lot of um errands to run, food shopping and stuff. So guys, thank you so much. G Simon, thank you for being on this channel. I really appreciate you. And we should all keep safe, all right? Keep safe. There's so many things happening in the world right now. And we imagine that with all of the things going on in the world right now, we being stuck against ourselves based on tribalism is a least thing that should be happening to us. But what do I know? Like I'm not deeply rooted into politics, but when we see things around us like this, I love to come speak about it. So thank you so much, guys, for joining my live stream. I really appreciate it, and hopefully you'll be able to join me later on in my live stream this evening. And there are other content on my channel that you can once you finish watching this live stream, you can go onto my channel. There are lots of videos. I recently just uploaded a video of how you can save somebody's life. I've seen videos, you see people on the street, they pass out, and the next thing people have their mobile phone filming them. No, if somebody passed out on the street, the next thing for you to do is not to take out your phone and start filming them. So I have that video on my channel. You can go watch it, how to check for pulse to see if that person is alive. If they're alive, what you can do at that moment for them. Okay. And if they are involved in an accident, should you move somebody in an accident if they had a ghastly injury or something like that? I shared all of that in that video as well. And then another video that I'm currently working on is how, there's a lot of stories of people slumping and dying. How can you prevent that? How can you avoid that? So I don't know if I want to come here and do a live stream about it, or maybe do a sit down video. I don't know yet, but yeah, that's a topic I'm currently working on. So, you know, we only live this life once and we should live it fulfilled. Okay. Anyway, guys, I've rambled on for too long now. Thank you so much, and I hope to catch up with you in my next video. All right. Bye.